Well, this really is quite uplifting. There is so much to raise the mood all around us. After all, this is when, in the face of anything, hope springs eternal, and the fans puff out their chests proudly. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. The strains of the national anthem of Brazil.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third whenever possible. This will, of course, ask an awful lot of the centre halves and the central midfielders, who'll need to drop into position and cover the spaces.
And we're underway. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Yeah, Marquinhos. He's one of the toughest and most competitive centre-backs in the business. He's the kind of player you can rely on to always be just where you need him, making a vital interception or just making life difficult for the opposition to get through. And that's a very valuable characteristic.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Now it's Yamal. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Pacho. Shot could be on. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Yamal. He's having a pop! Chance, surely! Oh, no, it's an own goal!
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is.
Well, who saw that coming? It has certainly made things interesting.
Listen, sometimes you need that little bit of luck in games like these.
Mbappe! Oh, that was vital. Bruno Guimaraes. Internacional leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Eva Nielsen. Now it's Neymar. Yamal, and it's Parejo, and Jordi Alba, Pacho, and it's Jordi Alba, and it's Van Dijk, nicely spread, for Parejo, Pacho, And it's Jordi Alba for Ferran Torres. And it's Parejo. Gabriel getting this one clear. Now it's Lucas Paqueta.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Oh, he's burst through. Jordi Alba did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Ball's gone out of play. And here's Paqueta. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Parejo. And it's Jordi Alba. Plays the return pass. Over to the right flank. And this is Bergkamp. Oh, he's found support out wide. Now Ederson. Bruno Guimaraes. And here's Mbappe. Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Internacional with the corner, there first. Oh, such a clever touch. He's on it. And a chance! It's in! Well, there is your superstar. His first since his much publicised arrival. That is a super smooth goal, beautiful manoeuvring of the ball, and splendid authority in the finish.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, everything is going to plan, Peter. A day for a regular managerial heartbeat, at least for one.
Now it's Bergkamp. He can run onto that. Good ball, good take. Takes a shot!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Played out to the left flank. Mbappe is having a shot! It's hit the upright. Internacional looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Ibanez. And here's Bergkamp. It's Bergkamp! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. Alexandro. Rafinha. It's a searching pass. Bergkamp wants to run onto this. Ederson. Jordi Alba kept his eye on it, and he's there. And that's a real chance! Oh, he's won it! The most decisive of all goals! Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
And that ends it. Well, who would have thought it? The most thrilling of endings.
Internacional really were comfortable in the end, I'd say. Got a lot of the basics right, and I never thought they were in any serious danger of losing the contest. I don't think you can ask for much more than what they supplied.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.
Señoras y señores, está prohibido estacionar alrededor del estadio.
Well, the opening day of any competition is special for everyone. A red letter day for everybody here and those of you who have joined us for our live coverage. I hope everybody is comfortably strapped in for the ride. We're sure that this will be a feast of football, irresistible, emotional, a roller coaster for everyone involved. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. The crowd rises for the national anthem of Portugal. Simeone finds himself in the starting lineup. Jim, what would you say are his most notable qualities?
Well, we're looking at a player with very quick feet, Peter, and a quick brain too. It's all so smooth with him, the way he takes control of the ball and gets into his stride, or shifts it into a shooting position. If they can get the ball to him today, I'd expect him to do a certain amount of damage.
Messi.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. Internacional have gone with what looks like an orthodox 4-4-2, Jim.
Well, what I like about this system, Peter, is the way in which both central midfielders have to work in tandem. If one opts to go forward, the other sits, and when one moves either side to snuff out an attack, the other will hold the central ground. Communication is obviously vital to make it a success, but this team knows what it's doing, and I think we're going to see that reflected.
So it's down to business here. Good effort from distance. Oh, what a ball! Oh, it's come loose. João Neves with the clearance.
Internacional definitely are on top of things in these early stages, Peter. If this is how they intend to go on, I think the opposition might see some trouble.
That's a good ball out wide. Simeone. And here's Bergkamp. Messi. That's a sharp pass. And here's Bergkamp. And this is Messi. And this is... It's Bergkamp! And for a moment, time stood still. João Cancelo. Mbappe. And this is Messi.
Pretty robust defending.
And it's Bernardo Silva. Ronaldo is onto this. But it has been just one side doing all of the early probing.
Yeah, they've been livelier and hungrier and looked the more likely to register first.
Shifted it to the flank. João Neves producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Muscular approach does pay off here. Delivers the ball. Mbappe. Bruno Fernandes. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Yeah, they've got a good grip on this game, now to turn it into a stranglehold.
Spread out to the left. Parejo.
That's so good and so often seen nowadays. Don't give them time to think on the ball.
And it's Parejo. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. He's found a way through. Pedro Neto with the delivery. Pacho. To Jordi Alba. Mbappe. Parejo. Over to the right flank. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Messi. What's going wide left? Oh, that's a key interception. Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Great defending, strong and determined. Jordi Alba. And it's Parejo. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Pacho. De Ligt. Simeone chasing after it. Perez. Simeone. And this is Burke. Shapes to shoot! Oh, cracking effort.
A good disguise on that, though. I don't think many people would have expected him to absolutely clatter it the way he did.
And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Now he's running away. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now it's Bergkamp. It's a really well-measured ball. It's a promising position. Oh, that's a fine interception. Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. And this is Ronaldo. Bruno Fernandes. Well read, and the danger is averted. Cristiano Ronaldo! Nearly, but not quite.
Cristiano Ronaldo really might have let his reputation get the better of him then. Yes, you can spank one from there, but there are other options, you know.
He's picked his way through. Charge, surely! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Nuno Mendes. Played out towards the right wing. And the referee has signalled for half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
It's a bit disappointing the way the team couldn't make the most of what looked like a pretty high-octane start, Peter. But this break should give them enough time to rediscover their focus and intent and start the second half in a similar manner. They have to keep believing.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. So, into the second half.
Internacional are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Driving forward. And this is Messi. Now it's Bergkamp. Space for him to turn and look. Now it's Can he finish? It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, he's been caught napping. He's having a shot! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Simeone. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Spread to the right. And it's Bernardo Silva. Plays a sharp little ball here. Nice interception, well timed. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Mbappe. Parejo. Oh, we're still waiting for a goal to report here. Oh, it's Bergkamp. Bruno Fernandes. Nicely spread. Now João Neves. De Ligt. More and more pressure on the ball here. Simeone. Now it's Bergkamp. He's through here. He's had it nicked away. Well, this is certainly a game where the scoreline does not reflect the action. How it has stayed 0-0, nobody can quite understand. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Parejo. Oh, good spread. Now it's Bergkamp. And there's Green. He's in one-on-one. Tries a shot! It's in! We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Well, was there ever any doubt? It made it look like he's done it over and over and over again, and he has.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Sostituzione per l'Internazionale. Numero 21, Parejo. Numero 22, lasciano il campo per il numero 20, il numero 19. Sostituzione per l'Internazionale. Numero 17.
You felt it was coming. 1-0.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Can he get on the end of this? Oh, well played.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Pedro Neto.
Sostituzione per l'Internazionale. Numero 11. Lascia il campo per il numero 9.
And he's managed to get free. Getting up there! Played it again. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Now it's Forlan. Nicely weighted ball. That looks a cracking ball.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Half an hour gone in the second half. And here's Forlan. He's on it. Can he get away? He's going for goal! And that would have been game, set and match.
Just got too eager there, I think, Peter. Had half an eye on the two-goal cushion.
Cambio di giocatori.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Now that looks a decent ball. The ball is loose and the chase is on.
Portugal really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
He's got away. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. There's the shot! He's got away with one there.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
And we have our very first corner. That's a decent clearance. And he's gone backward here. Shot at goal! Oh no, that could be a costly miss. Still just that single goal and we are nearly done. Ferran Torres. And here's Messi. Oh, this looks sharp. It's full on! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
This their second corner of the game.
Internacional nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Now it's Trincao. Defending was strong and firm. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Very much into the last knockings. And this is Ronaldo. Distributed tidily. Whistle's gone and they've got themselves a free kick. There could be trouble here. But for now, the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. Caicedo. 4 extra minutes added on. Now it's Forlan. Now it's Messi. That looks a good ball through. Yamal is flagged offside. Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. And we're done. Internacional have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win, however you look at it. Messi claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Internacional clearly weren't looking to win it this way, there's no doubt about that. Still, you have to credit them for their ability to dig deep, to show good mental strength and to find that extra gear when it mattered.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Curaçao have gone with what looks like an orthodox 4-4-2, Jim.
Well, what I like about this system, Peter, is the way in which both central midfielders have to work in tandem. If one opts to go forward, the other sits, and when one moves either side to snuff out an attack, the other will hold the central ground. Communication is obviously vital to make it a success, but this team knows what it's doing, and I think we're going to see that reflected.
There's the whistle. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Thibaut Courtois. He's a huge presence between the sticks, and that's not just because he's 6'6", Peter. He's got great reflexes, wonderful positioning, and he's a strong defensive leader. I think opposition defences will also need to watch out for his long throws. They're quick, they're accurate, and a source of many a good counter-attack.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, good-looking ball. No, it's come to nothing. And now the breakaway. He's found a way through. This looks promising.
He looked rushed. He should have waited for some movement. It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Now it's Mbappe. And this is Bergkamp. It's Bergkamp! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Bergkamp really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
That's a decent clearance. Well, that is one way to stop him. Well, that looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Tacho spots it and intercepts. Ferran Torres. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Van Dijk. Still goalless. And it's Parejo. For Parejo. Spread out to the left. It's a pretty loose pass. Yamal. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe! It's wide, but only just.
Oh, he got lots of power behind that, just couldn't quite get it on target.
Bops him off it and wins back the ball. And he is dashing away. Ferran Torres. Oh, this looks sharp. And it's Bergkamp. Oh, good spread. Yamal in acres of space out wide. Mbappe. Now that's well seen too. So what can they make of this? It's a good foot in there. Parejo. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Are well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Chance here to counter. No, that's been intercepted. Yamal. Parejo. That's going wide left. Ferran Torres going face to... He's having a shot! In he goes again! Goal! Internacional! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
After 33 minutes is number 18, Kylian Mbappe.
Internacional have fired themselves in front.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
The ball is loose and the chase is on. Ferran Torres. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0.
Internacional really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Good ball, great chance! It's a loose ball. And he thumps it clear. Shot at goal!
Can't be expected to deliver anything better than that. This is heroic keeping.
Pinches it off him. Just eases him off the ball. Now it's Mbappe. And here's Bergkamp. And the shot! And the shot! And that's a sharp finish. That is how you do it! A goal to launch his new life, his new chapter. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
He's going for goal! Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Not gone well. for a shot! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
And that brings the first half to a close.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
Well, both half-time team talks will undergo change now. One will be solid, the other needs to be pretty inspiring.
Internacional are heading into the break, very happy with how it's gone so far.
And please welcome our lads to the field.
So we're off again. Van Dijk. And it's Parejo.
There they go, hunting again.
Great defending, strong and determined. Jordi Alba did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Steaming on goalwards. Taken back almost at once. Can he finish? Oh, quite a hit and quite a touch too.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
Oh, that's a key interception. Tries to play it through. Cafu, a player of legendary status.
Early stages of the second half, and still two between them.
Jordi Alba for Ferran Torres. Mbappe being watched hawkishly here.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Oh, super find. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Just about up to the hour now. And it's Bergkamp. And he's only too happy to take that back.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Now it's Mbappe. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
And that's another good win of the ball. He's having a pop! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal.
The goal scorer for Internacional.
What do you think now about that goal?
Yeah, I think it was going to take something very special if the keeper were to get down and claw that out, Peter. It's a quality goal.
Substitution for Curacao. Number 21.
So changes afoot
Coming on
here
the field
and from both
is
sides.
Number 17.
3-0 and things are
Substitution in
starting to look
progress.
awfully cosy. That was a good run. The defence looked beaten there.
Well, sometimes you can see it coming a mile off, yet because of the timing of both the run and the pass, it can be hard to stop. Always next time.
No foul, says the referee. Internacional still have the cards to affect this game. That's destined for the flank. Now it's Mbappe. Messi. Could move up a gear here. Played out to the left flank. Internacional can breathe again, just.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Looking for options for movement. Big chance! And he hits the net! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Substitutions taking place.
Internacional have opted to make another change here. Curacao may be down, but not out just yet. Laporte. Yamal. Cafu. And it's Caicedo. And it's Messi. Now it's Mbappe. That has been cut short. Mane. And Caicedo. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And there's green grass ahead of him. Caicedo. Pressing high and with purpose. Now it's Yamal. Now, can they get him away? Yamal is in a really good position out wide.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Laporte does really well to win the ball there. Jordi Alba. That has been slung wide. Bruno Fernandes. And here's Messi. He's on it, can he get away? And the shot! And he couldn't finish.
Mbappe deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Substitution for Curacao. Number 12.
Corner number 2 then.
Number 24. Coming on the field. Number 19. Number 20.
And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Curacao have the chance to go the other way. That's a foul, no two ways about it. Well, you might think he got off lightly, it is just a verbal warning. Stood up well to him there.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Yamal. Cafu. To Bruno Fernandes. Spread it left. 4 extra minutes added on. Gets himself into trouble and he's lost it. And that's it. Well, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Victory never in doubt in the mind of the mastermind in all of this. A solid win, which will be welcomed all round. Mbappe claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
Now in operation for your safety.
That's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
While there remains here a distinctive Latin American feel for all its complexity, its sophistication, and dare I say its minimalist design, the Neo Química Arena. It appears to be a 4-4-2 formation, Jim.
Well, the modern version of that is a lot more fluid and flexible than in bygone times. There's a much greater understanding of the need for players to cover forward running, and it enables risk-taking while the gaps are filled. I'm very much a fan of it. There are a lot of people who seem to have kind of ignored it and just put it to bed, but it still works, it's still valid, and I think we're going to see it be successful here.
So we're up and running. So Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, I've been really impressed by this guy, Marmoush, who I expect to be amongst the goals here, Peter. He's, for me, very much the complete package. Great operating alone or in a partnership, but I prefer to see him play off somebody. That's when you really get to see his skills, not just as a finisher, but as someone who initiates as well.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there. Throw in. Tries to pass it through. Plays a sharp little ball here. Ferran Torres. Pacho. Now Van Dijk. Pacho. And it's Parejo. Bergkamp. Aims beyond the defence. Mbappe was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Can he get onto this? And he's picked it up out wide. It goes for a shot! Goal! International! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
But Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
An early launch, just as they wanted, just as they hoped it. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Internacional leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Parejo. It's a really well-measured ball. He's found the way through. Bergkamp gets into a good position. Mbappe.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Well, that has not gone well. First quarter of an hour gone. That's a good ball out wide. Ferran Torres. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Bergkamp. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. think that's offside. Yes, it is. Engages and forces him off the ball. And here's Mbappe! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Just eases him off the ball. Pacho. And Jordi Alba. Ferran Torres. It's a pretty loose pass. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Mbappe showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Turns back here, probably the best option. Pacho. Internacional, currently a goal to the good, and with the lion's share of the ball. Yamal, Mbappe, can he finish? Goal! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. He does it all with an air of efficiency and simplicity.
Peter, I can tell you, that was nothing short of a cold-blooded execution.
Camisa 18.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Internacional are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Van Dijk. And it's Van Dijk. Pacho. And it's Jordi Alba. For Ferran Torres. Now it's Mbappe. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Driving on and making good progress. No, that's been intercepted.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left...
Chance! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Knocks it into space. Delivered low. He's cut it out. He's looking wide. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. That'll be a throw-in. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, that's a key interception. Mohamed Salah. And it's Salah. Oh, good spread. In towards the back stick. Ferran Torres. Marmoush. Big chance! And there's a goal! And deep into first half stoppage time, a timely strike. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Well, the defence were being far too casual there, Peter. Far too slow to switch on to the danger. That's the kind of thing that makes managers go crazy.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter.
Tries from a long way out. And that caused a fair bit of alarm.
A good disguise on that, though. I don't think many people would have expected him to absolutely clatter it the way he did.
Now it's Bergkamp. Oh, that's beautifully weighted. He's got on. Tries a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And the referee has signalled for half-time. So, engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. Caution certainly not on the agenda here, from both sides.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Internacional leading, but only just 2 on the scoreline. So, into the second half. Not the most accurate pass. Parejo. Now it's Mbappe. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Marmouche. Well, that pass isn't the best. Well, they've got it again. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Jordi Alba. Parejo. And it's Jordi Alba. Ferran Torres. Pacho. And it's Van Dijk. Mbappe being given no time to dwell on the ball here.
Well, he's profited handsomely already in this match, and at last their sense of danger has brought them to a possible solution.
He's found space here, and he's managed to get free.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And we have our very first corner. That's a decent clearance. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, the ball's run loose here. And he's well positioned here.
Público presente na partida de hoje, 60.179 espectadores.
Now it's Mbappe. Yamal. Now it's Mbappe. And this is shapes to shoot! Bergkamp is flagged offside.
Substituição no time do Internacional. Camisa 21. Camisa 6, camisa 11, camisa 19, deixando o campo para a entrada de
Now it's
camisa
Mbappe.
13,
Internacional,
4,
perhaps contemplating
camisa
their next
10,
change here.
Camisa 22.
Shifted it to the flank. Oh, he's found support out wide. And this is Marmoush. And the shot! Simeone. Now Mbappe.
Egypt really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
And here's Marmoush. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Now it's Mbappe. And it's Lopez. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Son Heung-min. Vermin. Son Heung-min. He's having a hit! Oh, cracking effort.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
Vai ser substituído pelo jogador camisa 8. Substituição em andamento.
That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Referee's given a throw. And he's forced to go back. Pacho. Son Heung-min. And it's Lopez. Now it's Messi. Played out wide. That's where it came from. And Messi! Oh, he's hit the bar! And that really should have been that.
Well, he's clearly feeling that he could pretty much have the job done. He may well get another chance, you know.
It's not an especially good pass, that. He has found the way through. Driven it. Messi! Oh, great low ball in.
Oh, he may have snatched at that, Peter. The ball came in at a pace, and at a good height too. He only needed to redirect it.
And here's Messi.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Simeone. Fermin. Now it's Mbappe.
Internacional can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
And it's made... And the shot! Oh, that is rather wayward. Mbappe finds himself offside. He's had it taken off him. Now it's Messi. Great vision. Oh, that's Mbappe! And it's in! And look at his joy! Is this not why we love the game? They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
Well, he's been on a crusade, and his first goal seemed to just whet the appetite.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see the more experienced lads step up to the plate now.
Oh, he's... Oh, shooting chance! And it's there! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Egypt really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
So now the difference is 3.
This is a promising build-up. Nicely spread. Space for him to turn and look. He is just caressing the ball. Delivered across. And that is that. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. Mbappe just could not help himself, could he? 3 goals to his name. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin. A very good evening to you all.
Agradecemos sua atenção.